Welcome to the first ever episode of Perp Dex Daily. I'm Aaron, and on this channel, we are going to be covering everything Perp Dexes, but mostly it's really going to be Hyperliquid and Lighter. So let's get into it. For today, the price of Hyperliquid is trading at around $69, coming down from an all-time high of about $76, and Lighter is trading around a $1.60, coming down from a recent local high of about a $1.90. So this is kind of the short-term PA. Personally, I have a long-term thought process when it comes to the perp deck scene. I'm very bullish on this, but nevertheless, let's go to Hyperscan. This is a really great website to kind of see what is going on in the nitty-gritty of Hyperliquid. So you can see today for the TWAP hype buy pressure, there's about $11 million of TWAP hype buy pressure. People are buying the dip. That is no doubt when it comes to Hyperliquid, people are buying the dip. You can see the stablecoin spot stables are starting to increase. This is a super important metric and really shows off the growth of the platform. As Hyperliquid continues to get more and more stablecoins, let's go to the stats right here. This is going to be easy money on the platform generated, which leads to more buybacks for Hype. So you guys probably recently saw Hype partnered with Coinbase and super bullish things, choosing USDC to be their premier stablecoin on the Hyperliquid platform. But the more stables that come on the platform, the more money is made, and you can see pretty much all stats are looking good right now for Hyperliquid. If we come back here to Hyperscan, we come back to the dashboard, we can see once again a lot of buying pressure and a lot of stuff is going on. And recently, you all probably know this, but SpaceX, let's take a look at SpaceX's, what is it trading at today? SpaceX is trading at 184. This has been driving a lot of the hype recently, and I think every single IPO that's big, which is going to keep going on as long as the stock market exists, which I don't think is going anywhere, is going to bring the bullish case for Hyperliquid and the perp deck scene to light. You guys probably already saw it, but people were trading SpaceX before it was, even IPO'd on the Hyperliquid platform, obviously as a synthetic contract, so not the real thing. But it basically is similar to kind of what Polymarket did with politics, where you're able to see where things are going to be trading in the future based on where they're trading on Hyperliquid on the pre-IPO stock. And obviously, Hyperliquid trades 24/7. So on the weekends when the stock market's closed, etc., there's still trading going on, and this gives it a huge advantage. And really, I think the reason why the perp deck scene is going to win is because mostly the 24/7 trading. A couple other things as well, but that's really the big pitch, I would say, for it, if I had to explain it to someone simply. But if we take a look at what's going on Lighter's done over almost $2 billion, of volume in the last day or so. And we take a look at the markets and open interest. The open interest on Lighter isn't as good as Hyperliquid. I'm sure you guys know that Hyperliquid is by far the biggest, but Lighter is a close second place. A lot of people sleep on Lighter. Lighter has investment from Robinhood, and the Robinhood CEO has shielded it before. I think it's going to be a good second place for this race when it comes to perp decks. But let's just take a look at what's going on. Let's look at some light high buybacks. This is a really awesome platform by Delphi Digital right here. And you can see over 15 million light has been bought back totally, which is about 6% of the circulating supply. So really bullish things. And what you want to see is these buybacks continuing to increase. And the market right now is pricing Hyperliquid and Lighter to have kind of great future growth. Obviously, when it comes to stocks, crypto, people are not just, buying because of what's going on today, but what can happen in the next couple of years or so. And the market right now is kind of saying that Hyperliquid and Lighter are going to be making a lot more money from here. And I think, if you're watching this video, maybe it's your first time hearing about Hyperliquid or Lighter. But once you really kind of understand the perp deck's thesis and where things can grow, it makes sense that Hyperliquid could hit $1,000 in the future. Once again, I'm trying to focus on fundamentals of this channel and not, price targets. But, what people are here, to do is to make money. But anyways, you can see right here. And one thing that's interesting about Lighter to Hyperliquid, sorry to go on this tangent, but Lighter right now does not, the Lighter is just sitting in a wallet right now and is not, being bought back. The Lighter is being bought back, but it's not being burned. Unlike Hyperliquid, which is burning the hype that is being bought back. The Lighter community and team, I guess, has not decided what they will do with the light tokens. We are going to have to figure out. But yeah, you can see healthy buybacks going right now. And this is another awesome website, Lighter versus Hyperliquid. You can see right here. Buybacks a percent of circulating market cap. You can see right here, 6% for lighter and 3% for Hyperliquid. Obviously, Hyperliquid has a much larger market cap than lighter and is doing a lot more numbers. But I really do like the lighter team. Now let's take a look at some things that are going on in terms of shipping. Lighter released chase limit orders recently. Very, very cool. You can see right here, they dropped a little video. And then here, this tweet right here on June 17th, so a couple days ago. Since CEG, the lighter protocol has bought back 15 mil tokens, about 6% of the circulating supply. So I would definitely, if you're into perp decks, just follow lighter on X. And now let's talk about Hyperliquid. Recently, as you can see here from FOMO, FOMO is a popular trading app. Perpetuals are now live, powered by Hyperliquid on the FOMO app. So that's a good collaboration right there. And recently this month, the RWA open interest in Hyperliquid reached a new all-time high of $3 billion. And really one of the big things that people have to understand when it comes to Hyperliquid is the fact that it not only benefits on the upturn, but the downturn as well, because it is a perp deck. So people are shorting. There's a lot of liquidation money being made. So even if the market goes up or down, Hyperliquid is still printing cash. Now, obviously, if Bitcoin, as we see it right now, is sitting around $63,000, and it kind of, the Band-Aid gets ripped off, it comes down to $42,000, we're probably going to see large liquidations when it comes to the Hyperliquid price. But regardless, the platform is still printing massive amounts of cash. This day right here, back on 10/10, when there was massive liquidations across the board for all coins, specifically, Hyperliquid made a ton of money that day. They made a lot of money. Pretty interesting stuff. And Lighter also, I think Lighter has a pretty good chart. This chart doesn't fully show it, but it TGE'd around $3. Kind of came down here as all the alts got, crushed, and it's starting to build its way back up. But it is definitely a beta play to Hyperliquid. Hyperliquid is definitely the king of the perp deck scene, no doubt about it. But I think Lighter can, get some money out of it. If you believe the perp deck market is going to do like a 10x from here, 15x, 20x, 100x, Lighter's probably going to get some money out of it. So, yeah. And the point of this channel is we're just going to be covering Hyperliquid and Lighter mostly and talking about everything that's going on inside of these communities. For some other things that have come out in the past month, because this is my first video ever, prediction markets, even though Hyperliquid released prediction markets. Don't think it's that big of a deal, to be honest. Most people are using Call Sheet and Polymarket, but, cool to see that they're going to try and take some money from that. Who knows? Maybe it could become a legitimate competitor from the prediction market side. SpaceX, this has kind of been the big thing. A lot of hype has been driven around this, and people need to think about the fact that Anthropic is going to be having an IPO, this platform that I'm using right now called Claude. This is made by Anthropic. I'm sure you guys all know this. And OpenAI is going to be having an IPO as well. So when these massive IPOs keep happening and the market wants to pre-trade it on Hyperliquid, that is going to do a lot of money. And also the weekend trading, etc. You can see here in May, there is a couple spot ETFs that have been launched. And things have been very, very, very good for Hyperliquid recently. I don't think this train's going to slow down. I do think we're at a point with crypto right now. And although it may, to some people may think, Hyperliquid's overbought, it'll probably, retrace as Bitcoin dumps down to 45K or whatever. We don't know where the price is going to go. Nobody knows. But Hyperliquid is truly not very known, even still in the financial space. It's really kind of small. It's sitting at around a $14, $15 billion market cap. And not many people know about it. So I do believe we are early to the perp deck space and everything like that. And that's going to be basically it for this video. I don't think there's going to be much more to go over. And here's another stat here. You can see buybacks year to date. Hyperliquid has done over $260 million, while Lighter's done about $21 million worth of buybacks. But that's going to be it for this video. This is your perp decks daily review. We're going to be covering everything Lighter, Hyperliquid. So if you enjoy the perp deck scene, you're a fan of Hype, fan of Lighter, please subscribe. We're going to be doing daily videos covering this. And yeah, thank you. Oh, also one last thing. Make sure to go follow me on X. Follow me on X right here. I love talking about perp decks, making content. I've written some articles. I've written a Hyperliquid article, and I have a Lighter article coming soon. But yeah, thank you guys for watching.